Okay, this is Julio Zamora. Today is November 6th at Tuesday, November 6th, 2012 at 10:30 in the morning. I was noticing on this notice of offer of work that this section to be completed by employee. The employee must accept, reject, or object to this offer for regular work and return this form to the employer or claims administrator listed on the form within 20 calendar days of receipt of this offer, or it will be deemed that the employee accepted the offer and has waived the right to object to the location or shift. And then down below it says, I understand that if my disability is permanent, which it is, and stationary, that the employer has fulfilled its legal obligation related to this offer. My remaining permanent disability payments will be decreased by 15%, whether I accept or reject this offer of regular work at same location or shift. Now, I should note that they sent me home on the 5th day, okay? And they haven't fulfilled their legal obligation. So that should be noted. And the claim number is W1197861. So I'm stating that for the judge. They didn't fulfill their obligation. They didn't put me to work. In fact, they refused. And anyway, that's what this says, okay? Deemed that the employee accepted the offer and has waived the right to object to the location or shift. Okay? And that my disability is permanent. So that everybody understands that. I should also note to the judge that that the dispatcher falsified my logs. How did he do it? Well, he's the only one with the key to alter the logs, because the data machine in the driver's room is tamper-proof. You can't falsify anything. That's for me and 400 other drivers. It's impossible. And we haven't seen any log. I haven't seen any logs in 10 years, so I don't know what that's about, and I don't know if that's an issue. But I do know one thing for the judge's information, that my attorney and I received a letter that I was fired on December 16, 2010, and they received it at Local 439 in Stockton, California on the 17th of December 2010. And the discharge was denied. And they didn't respond within 10 days by the 25th of December 2010 with any proof or document stating their accusations to be true and correct. And I should note for the record that I didn't sign any log saying that's true and correct, that I did anything wrong. Okay? There's no log that can be produced that shows that I falsified anything and I signed it to be true and correct. And I should note also that the time clock in the driver's room doesn't have a time card. So we're not getting paid for our services when there's a difference in miles, when we run out of miles, run out of hours, I should say, in Livermore, Dublin, Eureka, wherever it is, and that we have to drive a pickup truck back and clock. We're logged out of the truck, but we have to clock out on a company time clock, and it doesn't show the difference in miles, or whatever, that we're still on the clock, on the logs. It doesn't record it. So, yes, we are falsifying logs, and we're not telling the truth because of that fact. And we're not getting paid because there's no time card. So, I don't know about this December 6th when he falsified my logs. I don't know why he did it and why he didn't inform me that he was doing it on December 7, 2010 when I came to work. The thing is, he sent me home on December 7, 2010. He just flat out sent me home. Didn't give me anything in writing or anything else. And I was on FMLA. I had a notice of offer of work. And it was deemed accepted whether I turned it in within 20 days or not to fulfill their obligation, which it wasn't done. I should also note on December 7, 2010, I lost my lifetime medical RSVP that I paid into for almost 10 years. I paid $2,000 to $3,000 up front for this lifetime RSVP medical insurance with no premium. I don't have to make any premium, any payments. And I'd like to note for the record the fact that if they continue to not put me back to work like they did not, the administrative judge said put this guy back to work, or suggested to the both attorneys to do so, and they did ask me how long I could work for, and I have a witness to that. And they just sent me home. My attorney sent me a letter to report to work. I did that, and we don't need to go into that. They just sent me home. So they're not honoring their notice of offer of work, and they didn't fulfill their obligation. And as far as my lifetime medical is concerned, if they don't report me to work so that I can regain my lifetime medical, and they have to pay me my back pay from December 7th, 2010, because of the fact that the EDD said they're in conflict of liability. From 4/17, 2009 to 2012. I got another letter from EDD stating they're in conflict of liability. So they need to pay the unemployment office back for all that money that they paid me that the insurance company didn't do. Okay? Because they just flat out sent me home on December 7, 2010, and they didn't give me anything in writing. I should also note on 3/21/2009, I seen Nancy Perdillo for my injury, and there was no occupational report made out, and I didn't receive a note or anything else. She said it was a sprain. She had the doctor on the telephone. I didn't see a doctor. There were no x-rays taken. There was nothing. They just sent me home. And I seen a follow-up on Dr. Hubby the next day. She sent me home for a week. And during that time, I was on light duty, and I ended up in the hospital. I should note I went back and I gave a copy of the MRI from Los Banos Hospital, stating that I went in there for left leg pain, like I seen Nancy Perdillo on 3/21/2009. The hospital said it's left leg pain. That's what I went in there for, and then they found out I had a low back, and that's where that came from. Not from me. It came from the hospital. Okay, I didn't claim low back. The hospital said I had low back. I like to get that straight. And why, when the guy made out the PR2 report, he didn't refer to the hospital's MRI or their occupational injury report, I don't know. And so all that needs to be corrected. And first of all, I need to be returned to work. The administrative suggested put me back to work. The union told them to put me back to work with all back pay and benefits when the discharge was denied, because they didn't respond by December 25th with any evidence to prove their accusations beyond a reasonable doubt. And I should note that the dispatcher who falsified my logs without me being aware of it on December 6, 2010 is working, and I'm not. Okay, and there's no doubt about it, because he's the only one that has the key to do so. The dispatchers. They're the only one that has a key to change the time on the logs on the machine that's tamper-proof by the federal government. And it's under the DOT regulation. If they clear to substantiate what I'm saying under 395.15 and the interpretation. So if the judge needs to look it up, he can look it up there. And if he wants to get the bargain agreement and interpret the contract, he can do that also. And he will see that step 1 and step 2 wasn't completed, and it's null and void, final and binding. And they didn't return me to work like they did 1,500 other Teamsters. Okay, 1,500 other Teamsters. There's almost 400 truck drivers. If it's not, if step 1 and step 2 is not completed according to the contract, they're put back to work immediately. And I was denied. I was denied the Board of Adjustments. I was denied arbitration, and they threw it on workman's comp to resolve the issues. So I'm not fired on December 7, 2010. So, and I was on FMLA. I was stripped of all medical and insurance. And on an FMLA, they're supposed to let me have medical insurance in case I need anything. According to the QME report, I'm allowed prescription drug, which I'm unable to get. Okay, I was on FMLA and a notice of offer of work, and they just sent me home. flat out. Just sent me home. And there's no excuse for it. They just did that. And, okay, what else can I say? I guess there isn't anything I can say except that my treating physician, Perilosi, was intimidated on 4/17/2009 because on the day they denied me all benefits and work disability, I hired an attorney. And me and my wife went to Paraliso's office, and Diane said that she doesn't think he's going to treat me anymore because he's on the phone with SAFEWAY. He's on the phone with SAFEWAY. This man was really totally shook up. Okay? So my wife was there. I have a witness. And he didn't want to treat me anymore. The only reason he did treat me was because I had an attorney. So he was forced to treat me, I guess, and he didn't have a choice about it. And I should also note he was never been paid. He's just been paid recently. And I don't know about the Medicare. I don't know if they paid them, and I don't know if they paid the Teamster Insurance. And I don't know if they paid anybody. They sure didn't pay me. So we need to know that for the record, and that the fact that my treating physician was intimidated, so was my doctor, Dr. Yip. For whatever reason, I don't know what happened. I didn't see him on the phone with SAFEWAY, but he acts like he doesn't want to treat me or be my treating physician for workman's comp, even though he's been my doctor for 20 years, and the occupational report was sent to his office. And I haven't been able to get a change in treating physicians since 2009. And I should also note that I've been requesting a treating physician to have my own doctor, Dr. Yip. And I need a letter stating an apology or something and saying that they're willing to cooperate with Mr. Yip, and that stating that I have a network documents that he could refer me to get fixed. If I need an operation or whatever it needs, he needs to refer to the network. But I have a right to have my own doctor, and I have a right to go to the hospital, which they said from Arizona that I'm supposed to go to Tracy. But I don't know. I'll let the judge decide that. But I do have a right to have my own doctor, a treating physician, okay? I have Perilosi, but he doesn't want to treat me. He's being forced to do so, and I haven't got a change in position. I still haven't. Now, my attorney had me sign some paper up there at Workman's Comp for a network. What good is the network without a treating physician, without a doctor? I need to get a referral. So I was denied a treating physician, and that's how I look at it. So I still need to be returned to work. They denied me 3 times, and I'm going to claim life is not fair, double standards. I'd like to be that clear with the judge that life is not fair, and that 1,500 other Teamsters, that they have the notice offer of work, and whether they like it or not, it's activated. And that and by activated means they're released from all of their responsibility. So they're not released from their responsibility. I'm not working. I sent them registered mail. Okay? And I got a copy back for Eureka Run 14 hours a day. And I have almost over 10 years seniority. And there is work available. And there's no doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt. Okay? I got plenty of seniority. And so I need to be returned to work. If they don't want to return me to work, they need to compensate me for my lifetime medical plan with no premium. I don't know what it costs, but I'm sure it costs a lot of money. So I need to be returned to work immediately, and I'm asking this consideration to a workman's comp job whenever we go to court. And I should note that he requested that I have a legal document for a severe profound hearing impairment made up because I gave him a doctor's examination that showed that I had a severe profound hearing impairment since 2009 and before, and I've never had a hearing test. And I bought my own, so they need to buy the second pair. Okay, they know about it, they're informed about it, and they haven't done it. And I should also note that Mr. Belopi, SAFEWAY attorney, and my attorney canceled the appointments when the administrative judge said to make sure that they do that, and they turned around and canceled it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure that my attorney's going to get me another appointment, but it hasn't been done. And the case is off calendar, and I don't know how long it's going to take before they get it back on calendar. And I'd like to note for the record that I filed 3 132As. I filed harassment, which I haven't been able to verify, and I've been asking and asking since 2009. And so that's about it. And a severe profound hearing impairment, I filed that on 4/13/2009, and nothing's been done. Nothing's been done since 2009, let alone get any money. EDD's had to pay me since 2009, 4/17 to 2012 and ongoing. They need to repay their money. And also, I should note that the EDD is a conflict of liability, and it's also a workman's comp issue. It's not, the money is not to be deducted from my back pay from December 7, 2010 until ongoing. Okay, and that if they don't put me back to work, I should get the back pay, 14 hours a day. And plus the lifetime medical I need to be compensated for. Now, why they're not putting me back to work when they refused about 3 times, and they haven't fulfilled their responsibility to the notice offer of work. Okay, I should note that for the record. And that I don't understand why Nash and Perito didn't make an occupational report out, and I don't understand why the PR2 didn't reflect the hospital occupational report. I have no idea. But I seen the doctor, according to him, twice that day, and I called and talked to Maria, and she said, yes, I'm still on disability. Now, my wife was on the phone here, and she was with me at the doctor's office. So I'm not lying. So I don't know what they're doing. They don't inform me. They haven't talked to me since 2009. Nobody has explained to me or told me about networks or anything else. They hadn't explained anything to me. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's said or being said or not being said. I don't know what the accusations are. I don't know anything other than I'm innocent, and that they just flat out sent me home on December 7, 2010. And that if there's false accusations, the dispatcher that falsified my documents, and the only one with the key is working, and I'm not. So there's injustice, and that's why I'm claiming life is not fair, double standards. So, and the fact that that I'm telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth, there's no doubt about it. Okay? And so there shouldn't be an issue about returning me to work. Now, if they're not doing what the administrative judge says to do, then I guess it's obvious they're not going to put me back to work. And I don't know what the position of the Judge Grill. I have no idea what he's going to do. But anyway, that's my statement for the court. And I'm asking for that consideration. And this is all about a 72-year-old man with a permanent disability with 2 kids in a university. Why they're doing this and intentionally harming me and my family, I don't know. But I need to be returned to work because I'm having a rough ride and it's affecting my family and me and my kids in the university. It's not fair. Life is not fair. Okay? They're all returned to work. They all receive medical treatment. They all receive occupational reports, and they all have a treating doctor. But Julio Zamora, 1385 El Camino Way, Los Banos, California, 209829, does not. Why? I don't know. Okay? And and I'm asking that I be returned to work with automatic retirement on my birthday next year in 2013, if I happen to get to court before then. If not, that's fine. But I need automatic return to work with automatic retirement on my birthday the following year. Okay, so that my lifetime medical could be restored and they pay me all back pay and benefits according to the union contract. And I have enough seniority for the Eureka run, so there's no excuse for them not putting me on it. And I know that the notice offer of work says if work available, but we have a contract. Everything is done by seniority. So whatever they say, you can take it or leave it, but that's up to you. So I'm asking, all this is going to come out in discovery. There's no doubt about it. So like I'm asking for some consideration that I be returned to work, that I get my Eureka run according to seniority, that I get paid 14 hours a day from December 7, 2010, because I'm on standby. And they have no reason why. They just flat out send me home and strip me of my insurance and my lifetime medical. That's not fair. Life is not fair. That's not fair. They don't do it for anybody else. Everybody else gets treated fairly, and I only get paid by that second time clock because there's no time card. So for services that are rendered to Safeway. So on top of not the lifetime medical I lost all that money because there's no time card. So I don't know what to say. Life is not fair. It's not fair. I need to be returned to work. And if they don't want to return to work and fulfill their obligation, then they need to compensate me for the lifetime medical plan, RSVP, under the health and welfare, and compensate me for that, whatever the value is, with no premium. I don't make any payments after I retire to the insurance company. Okay, it's payment free. So, and they're in violation of 132A, so I'm asking it to be increased to 100% coverage. So, if they don't return to me to work, and then that's what it should be. I will compensate it for that. And I know I'm missing something else here, but it's not coming to me right now. So I guess I'll just say that life is not fair, invoke the double standards rule, and say that they discriminated against me 3 times. They didn't pay me all my money in 2009. They took me off work, didn't pay me continuously. They didn't pay my benefits or my pension. It's a continuous, ongoing thing. They keep taking me off work, and they refuse to pay me my money. So now I've been off since December 7, 2010, and I'm asking for some enforcement that I be paid that back pay. Okay? Because whatever reason, I need it to be enforced and I be returned to work. If you don't want to, then I need to be compensated. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but I have a severe, profound hearing impairment, and I will have a legal document when I return to court, and I need that matter taken care of also. And I need hearing aids in Turlock, where that's where they are. And they have the address, and all they have to do is call them up, and so I can go down there and pick them up. So that's my statement for the court, and I'm hoping for some consideration. And life is not fair. Today's Tuesday, November 6th, 2012. Okay, end the tape.